Okay, so here's what's funny. So last week I recorded this video called FU It's Classified. The video just went up on the channel a couple of days ago. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But the high level, what I was saying in that video is how we're going to start seeing more rhetoric from our elected and unelected officials about how they need to take our data. We don't have a choice over it. There will be no such thing as data privacy. They need more access to it, and we're going to see more and more of this. So I record the video, send it off to the editor, go have dinner, go to bed. Wake up in the morning, the first thing I see in my Twitter feed is a video from the night before. The same exact time that I was recording this video was when this happened. It was a White House press conference, and the National Security Advisor to the White House, Jake Sullivan, was saying, when asked about an amendment to FISA, whether he thinks that warrants should be required for surveilling citizens, American citizens basically, and he said no.
On FISA, there are a couple of amendments that are being considered. One of them would require a warrant for every query of lawfully collected data. If that were to pass and get into the bill, would the president veto that bill?
So I'm not in a position to stand here today and make veto threats on behalf of the president. Those are decisions for him to make. What I will tell you is that we do not believe that that serves the national security interests of the United States.
So this video went viral, and the time that he would have said that was the time that I was recording the video, around where I was saying that this kind of rhetoric is going to scale up. So uncanny that this happened, but it is happening faster than we thought. A lot of big tech leaders like Eric Schmidt have been saying this for a while. I don't know if there's anyone in charge anymore that even believes in data privacy and the right for individual users to actually have control over their data. It's looking like that idea is eroding every day. But because I seem to have plugged into the matrix that day, I'm going to now say the next thing we have to look out for. Hopefully this doesn't happen like the previous one, but this is what we want to look out for next. I'm going to share with you an example of what just happened recently, because I think it was kind of gearing us up in a way. So there was a movie that came out before Christmas called Leave the World Behind. And ex-President Barack Obama was a producer in that video, and it was fabled that he was actually on the set quite a lot with the director, helping him to write out scenes and say, no, it would happen this way, it wouldn't happen this way, it would happen that way, whatever. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's basically about a cyber attack that befalls the United States. Everything gets shut down, grids get shut down, power's off, all these things, and people just go crazy. And right, no one knows what to do, and they don't know who attacked them because it's a cyber threat. And so the interesting thing that happened just a couple of weeks after that movie came out, there actually was a cyber attack on US grids and companies. So the movie came out, I think Thanksgiving week, November 22nd. And then December 11th, there was an attack it was Texas's power grid, it was a Hawaiian water utility, it was a major West Coast port, and an oil and gas pipeline. And Hulu, I think, oddly, which doesn't really fit in there very well, but Hulu was somehow attacked. So anyways, if you look at all the articles about this event, say it was China. It was a China cyber attack. You had a group of Chinese hackers, maybe sponsored by the state, we don't know, but it looked like it was a complete cyber invasion, is what the Washington Post called it, right? Well, if you dig just a little bit deeper, you find out that that's not actually who executed this cyber threat. So a company called Recorded Future is likely who was behind this cyber attack. Of course, there's almost no articles talking about this. People largely just thought that China tried to hack our grid and they went about their lives, which is what happens. But it turns out that this company, Recorded Future, was actually behind the attack. Well, interesting thing about Recorded Future, it was founded in 2009, and the first venture funding that it received was from In-Q-Tel and Google. So In-Q-Tel is the CIA's venture capital arm. And so this is an entity that was basically state funded. Google is a glorified surveillance machine. It's been that way from the beginning. It was also funded by our country, by government agencies. So they've had their hooks into Google for quite some time. So what I am worried about is that we will have some sort of cyber attack. And of course, we're seeing rhetoric around this, all over the place. The White House National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, just said this as well, that he thinks that there is some sort of cyber attack that is imminent. Of course, Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum crew think this is imminent. Bill Gates has said that a large cyber attack is probably imminent. Okay, so they're prepping us for this. The problem is, where will it come from? And how do we ensure that it wasn't a manufactured event in order to get new laws passed, like extra amendments on FISA that go the wrong way, or Patriot Act 2.0 that basically would just result in a more restricted and surveilled internet. So that's the thing to look out for now. Hopefully there isn't some event occurring right now while I'm filming this. Okay, guys, look, if you like that, make sure to subscribe and like, share. Thanks for coming by. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Come update.